Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a lady has randomly popped up on my timeline telling us that an alien invasion is about to take place at the World Cup 2026. What are we talking about? Here we have a quote saying, don't go to the stadium in Miami on June the 24th, 2026. Stay away. This fortune teller, ladies and gentlemen, is Brazilian, which is extremely interesting because not only do we have her telling us not to go to the World Cup on a certain date, but within the last 24 to 48 hours, ladies and gentlemen, a number of people have died in Brazil. Oliver Tree being one of them.
Oliver Tree was trying to tell us the elites were after him right before his passing, allegedly. Just weeks before his passing, he ended up leaving his record label very publicly as they pulled all support for him, and nobody quite knows why. Listen to what he has to say about his record label and going solo.
I just got word that my album is no longer coming out.
They shelved
Love
it.
You Madly, Hate You Badly is officially canceled.
No reason.
Parting ways with Atlantic Records. Behind the scenes has been nothing short of a nightmare.
Says a nightmare.
No marketing budgets for music videos, no digital ads.
They pulled support.
Nobody really cares in the building, it seems like. I made a lot of money for Atlantic
Who did
Records.
he make mad?
I seem to remember that.
Made somebody mad. Then as he breaks free, becomes independent, he is just starting his first ever world tour solo, and suddenly he's just gone. Now we have no evidence of this, but many people are screaming foul play and they're saying something doesn't seem right about this. Not to mention in his music and his art, he was calling out the elites a lot. And with all the signs we've seen in his videos that look like he's warning us of what's about to happen, people are saying, is something more going on? What do you guys think?
I'm not overly familiar with who this guy is. I've never heard his music. I've never seen him before. But the incident that's taken place is extremely mysterious. We're talking about two helicopters crashing into each other. One helicopter he's on with a bunch of people, and the other helicopter, it's just got a pilot on it. Just a random pilot. But at the same time, you also had this horrific ordeal take place. A poor woman, a 21-year-old, was accidentally killed when workers, these bungee jumping workers, forgot to attach her safety rope, and they basically threw her off the skeleton bridge. This is all taking place at the same time. People believe this was intentional. They're connecting this situation with the whole Oliver Tree situation. The whole Oliver Tree situation is now being linked to this situation where she tells people not to go to the World Cup on a certain date because something is going to happen. I swear to you, the moment I heard that the United States was hosting the World Cup, I told myself something mysterious is going to happen. I can just feel it. All of a sudden, we've got this lady from Brazil claiming on the 24th of June, do not go down to the stadium in Miami because something is going to happen. In fact, she's claiming it to be an alien invasion. To give more context on what she's actually said here, in her own words, she basically says, thousands will be taken. I'm absolutely terrified. Alongside that, the World Cup has in fact been producing some weird symbolism. And again, people are linking this all together. They're claiming, they're alleging that this is potentially a massive ritual, a summer ritual. I don't know what these people are talking about. We're just going to dive in and find out what's going on here.
Hey, so the symbolism is still running very high with the World Cup. I don't know if you can see the nuclear symbol right here. And this is super interesting considering it's exactly the same as the Ouroboros, you know, the snake eating its own tail, the infinity symbol. Because, you know, when you realize that Trump loves his symbolism and numerology, you realize that this number, the 88, seems to replicate all over Trump's work. Just like, you know, his first presidential voting number was 88. Or, you know, Trump's gematria coding is literally 888, or Trump is 88. And what's weird is the year that Donald Trump apparently lost his mind was 1988. The famous Trump baseball seems to sell for $88. Just a couple more, Trump reveals endorsements of 88 military officials. But what about the 88 reasons why Trump is unfit to serve as president according to an official Democrats resolution? 88. 88 million and counting. Trump amasses huge head start for 2020 campaign. 88. Oh, and would you look at that? Trump posted himself that he was 88% approved on job approvals. And did you know that 88
This can't just be a coincidence.
is very well known for it being a white supremacist numerical code for HH, because H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. Now, who remembers Trump's inauguration where Elon Musk was seen doing this certain salute? You know, that certain salute which replicates numerically to 88. Hey, have you seen Trump's father? Kinda looks like someone. But obviously, you know, this was all just for entertainment, beautiful people. Clearly, I'm just a satire account, and all of these symbols and rituals that happen on the world stage are just nothing but innocent fun and have nothing to do with the demonic suppression and numerology and symbolism of the elite control of this world. No, like I said, all for entertainment. That was fictional as a dinosaur, baby.
Say, it does look like snakeskin. But back to this lady. Who is she and what does she know? She made this startling claim only a few days ago, telling people, as I've said already, not to go to Miami on June the 24th, 2026. The reason behind it is because she's alleging there will be some type of alien invasion. Now, what's extremely weird about that is we've had people like Dr. Stephen Greer tell us in the past that the United States or someone in that region, they want to hoax a fake alien invasion. But the lady that we can see on the screen, she goes by the name of Vo Bahiana. She's a 40-year-old psychic from Brazil. She claims that the encounter scheduled for June the 24th at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami will be interrupted by an extraterrestrial event. Now, as we can see in a tearful video message, she describes a reoccurring dream involving two types of visitors from space. She alleges that the first group, described as having grey skin, will descend in a massive craft to beam up players. I mean, this sounds like science fiction at its finest.
This will be insane if it happens during the World Cup. Now, this woman here, a Brazilian psychic, predicted 9/11 before it happened. She predicted COVID before it happened. Now listen to her latest prediction. Psychic claims aliens will invade during the World Cup. Now, what she said, a mothership will go to a major sporting event in Miami on June the 24th. Now, make sure you watch this video in its entirety because it's going to get kooky. Look at this. And believe it or not, look at who's playing in Miami. The date she said on June the 24th, Brazil and Scotland. Now, buckle your shoelaces because this is going to blow your socks off. Watch this. In the 2021 sci-fi film, The Tomorrow War, the alien invasion kicks off during a televised 2026 FIFA World Cup match. Now look at this, oh no. Now this is a shot of the movie The Tomorrow War. Now look at this, this is Brazil playing, and look at who they're playing against. To me, that looks very much like a Scotland kit. Now this is a premise of the film, like I just said, The Tomorrow War, the World Cup interruption. The games between Brazil and an unnamed opponent taking place in a dystopian future of the 2026 World Cup. This is wild. Now it's all over the internet, this woman's prediction. Now, like I said, if he was going to make an appearance, what better time would to be at a World Cup when the whole world is watching? Now, whether you believe in aliens is one thing or another, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
That's crazy. There's too many coincidences, man. In this day and age, ladies and gentlemen, as I've told you so many times before, I'm just not buying into coincidences anymore. Everything is done intentionally. Everything is done with purpose.
It all seems normal until you see very closely. That apparently is offensive. I did not know that. So the VAR referee Sean Evans said that hand gesture that he made during the broadcast, the World Cup, before the Germany's 7-1 win over Curacao was an involuntary, subconscious twitch and was not intended to communicate any message or affiliation. The controversy arose when Evans appeared to make a upside down OK hand sign while broadcast showed the VAR team. The gesture has multiple meanings. So traditionally the OK sign simply means okay, all good. When held below the waist, it can also be part of a common playground game where someone tries to trick, looking into the others and then bam 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 punch. That's what I thought. But in recent years, the symbol has also been used by some white supremacists and a far-right group as a hate symbol. This association grew after an internet trolling campaign led some extremists to adopt it genuinely, although most uses of this gesture are not intended in that way. But after the investigation, the FIFA said
I've never heard of that before.
It found no evidence that Sean Evans had breached its disciplinary code.
The World Cup ceremony is just the beginning of a mass ritual, and the first symbol that gives that away is this right there. You can see the all-seeing eye. The all-seeing eye is a symbol of the soul, because you are not your mind, you are not your body, you're the eternal witness or observer behind them, observing them. So all of these people are observing it, they're giving it their soul, their two spiritual currencies, time and attention. This is now the altar. They're worshipping this. This is an altar because that's where you spend your time and attention. Then, secondly, you look here. This is the beehive, which looks like a honeycomb, because all of these people are the bees, which is a symbol of the collective consciousness. All the bees work together to create this honeycomb, which is all the people here, a collective consciousness, giving their time and attention and emotions to this ritual. So it's a symbol of wasting your awareness, wasting your time, your body, your attention, and emotional manipulation, because that's what a ritual is. A ritual is something you repeat over and over to change the function of consciousness. This is an emotional manipulation, energy wasting ritual.
Not sure if you saw this. At the World Cup opening event, there's the map of the United States with the sideways letter A, and it was the opening ceremony, a bunch of different musical performances over the weekend, and this, I'm telling you, this is really interesting symbolism. I don't listen to mainstream pop music, but there's a guy named Future and then Tyla, I don't even know who they are, but when they start singing and they're saying, there ain't no stopping it, there ain't no stopping it, you see the letter getting rolled out and spread over the United States, and there's all this symbolism with World Cup or Olympics. There's always these weird ceremonies that happen. And I need to show you what is going on here because there's something occult that just means hidden, but there's a lot of hidden symbolism and ceremony and weird stuff that goes on. Because again, what are the odds of them drawing the letter A like this over the United States? It's almost exactly positioned where it needs to be. This was the solar eclipse omen the United States saw from 2017 to 2024, and I've written obviously about this extensively. Let me just show you what we're talking about. If you go back in history to the days of the prophet Jonah, it just so happens that this 7-year eclipse pattern was also present during the Assyrian Empire right here in purple. Ancient Assyria saw the same triple eclipse omen, just like the United States has in these last days. As you can see, there's the triple solar eclipse omen. Here's just a chart with the years of mankind. I show you how that all works in the book, but it's amazing that, yes, America has now seen what historically was the sign of Jonah. This is extremely important for walking into the future.
It's all weird. I don't know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't know what's going on. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see until June the 24th. 2026. And as I said, I don't believe in coincidences. Everything we watch there is extremely weird, and I think it's purposely being done. What's happening in Brazil and the dreams that this woman from Brazil has been getting could be connecting with what we're going to experience on June the 24th. I want to know exactly what you guys are thinking. We're going to be back with more videos just like this, so don't go anywhere. Be sure to hit that like button, but most importantly, leave all your thoughts and all your comments down below. I need to know exactly what you guys are thinking right now. As I said, we're going to be back with more videos like this, so hit that like button, turn your notification bells on, subscribe to the channel if you're newly watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.